Elon Musk doesn't often mention the Tesla Semi because the truth is, it's not one of the company's core products like the Model 3 or Model Y. But whenever he does bring it up, we know something big is coming. Here's what Elon Musk recently said about the Semi truck.
We're also building the Tesla Semi factory. This is a vehicle that some people said was impossible to build, that it defied physics. Well, not only does it not defy physics, we're going to be making a lot of them. So we're going to make I think ultimately we'll make over millions probably of the Tesla Semi. This is really going to be something that you'll see all over the place, and it'll also be autonomous, or have the ability to go autonomous down the road.
We know a lot of people don't like Elon Musk because of his habit of hyping up his products. But there's one truth we need to recognize objectively. Everything Elon Musk promises eventually happens. It might be delayed or take longer than expected, but it does come. When it comes to the Tesla Semi, it's considered the company's most challenging vehicle to manufacture. And as Elon Musk mentioned in the audio, it defies the limits of physics. The entire spec sheet of the Semi breaks every convention for a battery-electric Class 8 truck. But that's just the prototype. It's not the official production version yet. The Semis Tesla has built so far are vehicles made for testing purposes. As Sawyer Merritt, a prominent Tesla investor, confirmed, the Tesla Semis that are currently on the road are Gen 1. The Gen 2 Semis will come in the near future with the opening of their volume production facility in Nevada. Yeah, and the Gen 2 Semi is the main focus we want to talk about in today's episode. There will be a lot of major upgrades and additions in this official version. One of the biggest being full self-driving, something the current version doesn't have, and something no other Class 8 truck in the world has ever featured. It might sound risky to say, no way, a truck can't drive itself on the road, but Tesla is seriously planning to roll it out with the 2026 variant. This is part of their push to attract more truck drivers and reshape the industry. So, what's coming with the Gen 2 Semi? Will the price go up or down? And is full self-driving really a good fit for a big rig like this? Let's break down every change right now. According to a report from Next Big Future, a news outlet that covers Tesla and other EV-related technologies, some key developments are coming to the Tesla Semi, as revealed earlier this month. First off, the article states, the second generation or Gen 2 Tesla Semi has new batteries and design improvements like new mirrors for better sightlines and aerodynamics, plus a drop glass for easier cargo access. In fact, this change was officially confirmed by Dan Priestley, lead of the Tesla Semi engineering team, during a major event in early May.
We have a new mirror design. Better sight lines, better aerodynamics, better performance overall. On top of that, we added a drop glass. There's a lot of fixed infrastructure, whether it's gate operations or interacting with a port or a telecom. These will make drivers' lives easier.
Currently, the Tesla Semi prototypes use physical side mirrors integrated with 3 cameras on each side, combined with a camera monitor system that sends live feeds to 2 15-inch screens inside the cabin. This setup meets U.S. regulatory requirements while also optimizing aerodynamics and providing full 360-degree visibility with 0 blind spots. However, it's still unclear what Tesla plans to do with the new mirrors on the Gen 2 version. They might add more cameras. That's definitely a possibility. Or, as Dan Priestley hinted, the new mirrors will further improve aerodynamics and visibility. That could suggest a smaller physical mirror design paired with more advanced camera integration. Yeah, we're hoping Tesla keeps the physical mirrors for the Semi. What's your prediction? Please drop a comment below. An upcoming change in the next version is that Tesla will be adding a drop glass. We believe many people are in the same boat as us since very few of us actually understand what drop glass really means. What we do understand is that the driver's seat in the Tesla Semi is positioned in the center, and the camera system helps reduce blind spots. However, drivers may face difficulties when they need to interact directly with external systems like gates or ports, due to the lack of a lowerable window or the need to open the cabin door. So the drop glass might be a new feature designed to help Tesla Semi drivers handle situations that require direct interaction, like handing over documents at a gate or checking for small objects close to the truck. A drop glass window could improve direct visibility and reduce the need to rely entirely on cameras. Did we miss anything? If you have a better understanding of what drop glass is, feel free to explain it to us below. In recent years, not all but most refreshed Tesla vehicles have been updated with a new light bar, a branding highlight that Elon Musk seems to be establishing. According to a report from Next Big Future, they wrote, It was redesigned headlights with a modern LED light bar, a potential sleeper cab for long-haul comfort. It has improved aerodynamics with a drag coefficient of 0.36, 30% better than diesel trucks. It has a tri-motor powertrain with 7% efficiency gains. This aligns perfectly with what we mentioned earlier, that a Semi was spotted wrapped in shrink film, with its front bumper oddly exposed, hinting at the presence of a new front light bar. This would likely help with visual distinction compared to earlier prototypes. Of course, this wouldn't be the main headlights. Those would be positioned below the light bar. Of course, this is ultimately just speculation and not something we can say with certainty. But if it turns out to be true, we believe the design looks modern and aligns well with the design direction Tesla has been pursuing. What do you think if the Semi actually adopts this design? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The fourth design change absolutely worth mentioning is Tesla's plan to introduce a sleeper cab. This is no longer a prediction or rumor. It's something that's definitely going to happen. We'd bet on it. Why? Because Dan Priestley mentioned this a while ago. We recall that it was sometime last year when he said the Semi would eventually feature a sleeper cab, allowing drivers to make long-haul deliveries over multiple days. This is probably the biggest update that has us excited about the next-gen Semi. You know, sleep is incredibly important for truck drivers. Most truck-related accidents happen due to driver fatigue on routes that stretch for thousands of miles. The current Semi doesn't include a sleeping area for drivers, even though its cabin is quite spacious. Of course, that's understandable for prototype versions built mainly for testing purposes. However, once it moves into mass production, a sleeper cab will be almost essential. The only thing we're unsure about is whether Tesla will design the sleeper cab as an extension behind the main cabin or integrate it within the existing space. It's hard to predict. Next Big Future also mentioned that the Tesla Semi will feature improved aerodynamics with a lower drag coefficient. The current prototype has a drag coefficient of 0.40, but changes to the glass and mirrors may help reduce that to 0.36. This would significantly smooth out acceleration and, to some extent, lower energy consumption. From the very beginning, Tesla positioned the Semi as a highway beast, capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 20 seconds. That's why Tesla's chief designer, Franz von Holzhausen, drew inspiration from Japan's #1 high-speed train, the Shinkansen, when designing the Semi. So these new aerodynamic upgrades truly make us feel like the Tesla Semi is becoming the high-speed train of the trucking world. Of course, many people don't like the design of the Semi, and if you are one of them, leave a comment and tell us why. We will read and respond. Now in the next 30 seconds, we'll show you some minor performance improvements, as well as a new battery type that Tesla will use for the semi-truck. According to information from Tesla's Master Plan Part 3, the long-range version of the Tesla Semi equipped with an 800 kilowatt-hour battery pack is currently using high-nickel cells, likely NMC batteries, which are probably necessary to achieve that extended range. Meanwhile, the base range version, referred to as the Semi-Lite, uses lithium iron phosphate batteries. However, as confirmed by Dan Priestley, and also reported by Next Big Future, the Semi Gen 2 will be powered by Tesla's best battery yet, the 4680 cell.
And then one other thing, we have a new HV battery. Now this battery brings in our latest and greatest in terms of technology. It is cheaper to manufacture, and the best part is that it's actually less battery energy than in our current pilot production vehicles. But it maintains the same range. This is achieved through efficiency improvements that we're showing here, more than 7% at this point.
HV battery stands for high voltage battery and refers to the 4680 cell, as this type of battery offers an energy density of up to 280 watt-hours per kilogram, while significantly reducing production costs thanks to its unique structure. Although Dan Priestley confirmed that the Semi Gen 2 will feature a smaller battery pack, this doesn't compromise its range or other performance specs. Instead, the big rig maintains its already impressive driving range due to a 7% efficiency improvement from better aerodynamics, as we mentioned earlier. A smaller, more cost-effective battery pack offers major advantages in terms of weight and pricing, making the Tesla Semi lighter and cheaper to operate, ultimately benefiting the customer. Previously, we predicted that the Tesla Semi would soon adopt the new 4680 battery, as this clearly makes sense rather than limiting it to just the Cybertruck. Simply put, the 4680 is Tesla's best battery to date, offering significant advantages in power and cost efficiency, ideal for a Class 8 truck. Producing the 4680 cells directly at the Nevada Gigafactory is a key advantage, helping simplify battery pack assembly for this heavy-duty vehicle line. Moreover, as we've emphasized many times, the electric motor and battery system in the Tesla Semi has far fewer components than the complex diesel engines found in traditional trucks. This simplification significantly shortens assembly time, and the often quoted 50,000 units per year target mentioned by Elon Musk seems achievable, though not next year. Our estimate is that Tesla could produce around 10,000 semi-trucks in 2026, which is an optimistic figure, considering that the new production line is set to begin operations by the end of this year. Additionally, as we mentioned earlier, Semi Gen 2 will come equipped with supervised full self-driving. From our perspective, this isn't just a simple software upgrade. It's a game-changing breakthrough that has the potential to reshape the entire heavy-duty transportation industry. Why is that? In terms of potential, FSD on the Semi Gen 2 is a massive game-changer because it enables near-continuous operation without the need for active driver control. This dramatically reduces driver fatigue and health risks, while optimizing the supply chain in ways logistics companies have long dreamed of. Of course, as we noted, this will be a supervised version of FSD, meaning the driver is still present in the cab, but doesn't need to touch the steering wheel. With full self-driving, Tesla's sensor suite and AI can process vast amounts of real-time data, allowing the Semi to navigate safely through complex traffic scenarios, from interstate highways to tight loading docks. Of course, from another perspective, we also can't ignore that deploying full self-driving is a bold move that could spark mixed reactions. An 80,000-pound autonomous truck rolling down the highway isn't just a technical matter. It involves public trust, regulatory scrutiny, and pressure from driver unions. Even a minor incident could cause a media firestorm, raising questions about whether AI is truly safe enough to replace human drivers. Furthermore, integrating FSD into Semi Gen 2 raises concerns about potential job losses in the long-haul trucking industry if Tesla eventually reaches unsupervised autonomy. Legal experts have also warned that a crash involving an autonomous Semi could lead to complex legal disputes, since liability would shift away from the driver and fall more directly on Tesla as the manufacturer and software provider. For these reasons, Tesla Semi Gen 2 with FSD could be both a revolutionary leap forward and a high-stakes gamble. Its success will hinge on two critical factors: Tesla's ability to prove that its system is safer than human drivers, and how well the company works with regulators to establish a clear legal framework. If Elon Musk and the Tesla team can pull this off, the Semi Gen 2 won't just be a truck. It could become a symbol of the autonomous transport era, paving the way for a future where goods move 24/7 with near-perfect precision. But if it fails, it could trigger a backlash that makes the entire industry more cautious about pursuing bold autonomous ambitions. As one of our predictions, the Tesla Semi Gen 2 may come with a higher price tag compared to the first-generation model. And that would be entirely reasonable considering the range of upgrades Tesla is preparing to implement. Every breakthrough technology comes at a cost. The addition of FSD, improved aerodynamics, and the new 4680 battery could all contribute to increased production costs. While Tesla is known for its ability to optimize costs through large-scale manufacturing, these new components may make the Semi Gen 2 slightly more expensive than initially expected. This would be similar to how the Model 3 and Model Y saw price increases after receiving major improvements, before prices dropped again, thanks to production efficiencies. With the Semi Gen 2, Tesla could follow the same strategy: a slight initial price increase to reflect the added value, followed by gradual reductions as production scales. However, this potential price hike would be justified. FSD alone could have a massive impact on total cost of ownership. An autonomous Semi can operate nearly continuously, reducing driver downtime, optimizing long-haul logistics, and cutting accident risks. Not to mention, the 4680 battery helps lower maintenance and energy costs, making the Semi Gen 2 cheaper to operate over time compared to traditional diesel trucks. So even if the upfront price rises by tens of thousands of dollars, freight companies are likely to accept it, because the overall economic equation still favors Tesla. Experts project that electric trucks will be cheaper in the long run, with diesel trucks costing up to 20% more per mile than the Tesla Semi. Stable charging costs eliminate fuel price volatility, and EVs require far less maintenance, all of which make the case for Semi-Gen 2 even stronger. Although diesel trucks make up only a small fraction of the total vehicles on California roads, they are responsible for the majority of cancer-causing diesel particulate emissions. Despite accounting for just 1% of vehicle production, trucks generate 20% of all vehicle emissions and over 1/3 of total particulate pollution. The demand for diesel alternatives is rising as emission regulations become increasingly strict. In California, diesel trucks will soon be banned from operating at ports, pushing the need for cleaner technologies. Electric trucks are the ideal solution to this problem, and the Tesla Semi continues to lead the race to prove itself as the most worthwhile electric truck on the market. Is Tesla Semi the game-changing choice in the electric truck revolution? After 8 years of hype and multiple delays, the Tesla Semi has finally hit the road, spotted on at least 3 major routes across California in the past month, featuring a radically different design from what we've seen before. But here's the real question. Is this the electric truck the market has been waiting for? Are we finally seeing the long-promised Gen 2 version ready for production? Or is the Tesla Semi still stuck in a testing phase? And why is Tesla even pushing a Gen 2 when the Gen 1 hasn't been mass-produced yet? If you're excited to dive into the Tesla Semi update, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm you're a loyal viewer and ensures you'll be among the first to get all the latest Tesla news. How has Tesla tackled the battery and range challenge? The current Tesla Semi is built with a massive 1,000 kilowatt-hour battery pack, giving it an estimated range of around 500 miles on a full charge. That's an impressive number, and on paper it positions the Semi as a zero-emission solution for long-haul trucking. But here's the catch. Is that much range even necessary? In Europe and many other regions, strict driving time regulations, like the 4.5-hour driving limit, followed by a mandatory 45-minute break, mean trucks rarely get close to using that full 500-mile range in a single run. With speed caps around 50 miles per hour, most drivers only cover 220 to 250 miles per leg. So carrying such a massive battery can sometimes be overkill, wasting resources, adding unnecessary weight, and driving up costs. Understanding this, Tesla has begun exploring a product diversification strategy. In recent internal tests and public statements, Tesla revealed that it's developing a short-range version of the Tesla Semi equipped with a 500 kilowatt-hour battery, targeted specifically at domestic routes and lighter transport operations LTF less than full load. With an estimated range of 300 to 310 miles, this version isn't just optimized for shorter hauls. It's also designed to cut down on upfront costs and reduce operational expenses like charging and maintenance. This move is also Tesla's strategic response to heavyweights like Volvo and Mercedes. Currently, Volvo offers electric trucks with a range of around 370 miles, while Mercedes is delivering trucks with about 310 miles of range. What's more, these two brands dominate the European electric truck market, holding approximately 50% and 25% market share, respectively. Tesla has recalculated the formula. It doesn't need to be the truck that goes the farthest. It needs to be the one that best meets real-world needs and delivers operational efficiency. This marks a significant strategic shift for Tesla as it gears up for expected mass production by the end of this year. Meanwhile, the two European heavyweights in the electric truck space, Volvo and Mercedes, are already offering models with ranges of 600 kilometers, Volvo, and 500 kilometers, Mercedes. That means Tesla can absolutely compete, as long as it focuses on cost optimization and practical performance. Tesla Semi-Gen 2, prioritizing design or practicality. One of the most controversial aspects of the Tesla Semi is the driver's seat, which is positioned in the center of the cabin, a design never before seen in a commercial truck. Elon Musk once explained that this setup improves visibility, reduces blind spots, and creates better driving balance. However, many veteran drivers have strongly objected, arguing that the central seat is inconvenient for getting in and out of the vehicle and does not align with professional driving habits. It appears that Tesla has taken this feedback into account. Recent images leaked from the production line suggest that an updated version of the Semi may feature a more flexible cabin design, allowing the driver's seat to be positioned either in the center or on the left side, depending on the market. This shift indicates that Tesla is moving from a technology-first approach to a more user-centered design philosophy, a significant step forward if the company aims to succeed in the highly practical world of commercial transportation. In addition, components such as the headlights, mirrors, and overall aerodynamics have been significantly updated compared to the prototype unveiled in 2017. Driver assistance sensors, radar, and cameras have all been integrated more compactly, paving the way for potential integration of a full self-driving system in the future. Although Tesla has not confirmed whether FSD will be included in the Semi's standard package, the presence of full hardware capability suggests they are keeping the door open for future upgrades, an element that could become a strategic advantage as the electric truck market shifts its focus from range to productivity. In terms of pricing, Tesla has not officially announced the commercial price of the Semi, but it is expected to range between $180,000 and $200,000 depending on whether it comes with a 500 kilowatt-hour or 1,000 kilowatt-hour battery pack. While this is a high price point, Tesla claims that operating costs over 3 years will be lower than those of a comparable diesel truck thanks to savings on fuel and maintenance. This is a key factor that gives logistics companies a strong reason to seriously consider switching to electric fleets. If executed properly, this could be a major advantage, but it also runs the risk of becoming just a feature on paper if the system isn't truly ready. How is Tesla preparing for infrastructure and operating conditions? Even if the Tesla Semi meets all technical expectations, a major question remains. Is the current charging infrastructure and real-world operating environment sufficient to support an electric trucking revolution? As of now, the answer is not quite. But Tesla isn't standing still. One of the biggest challenges is charging. With a battery capacity of up to 1,000 kilowatt-hour, fast charging the Tesla Semi requires extremely high power, far beyond what current charging stations, which are designed for passenger vehicles, can deliver. To address this, Tesla has introduced the Mega Charger, a dedicated charging system for heavy-duty trucks capable of delivering up to 1 megawatt of power. This allows the Semi to fully recharge in about 30 to 45 minutes, aligning with federally mandated driver rest breaks. The first Mega Chargers are currently being deployed at Tesla's Nevada Gigafactory and along pilot freight routes. Tesla is also working with major logistics partners to build a dedicated megacharger network at key freight distribution centers. However, another issue is electricity pricing. In some areas, electricity rates can reach $1 per kilowatt-hour, which could make operating costs higher than expected. To address this, Tesla is pursuing a model that combines renewable energy sources, specifically solar power and battery storage, at charging stations. This approach aims to reduce strain on the grid and keep energy costs under control. It's a long-term strategy, but if successfully implemented, it could make the Tesla Semi not only more environmentally friendly, but also more economically viable in real-world operations. Finally, Tesla hasn't overlooked the impact of weather conditions, especially in harsh environments like its Nevada factory. Cold weather testing has been conducted to evaluate battery heat retention and charging performance in sub-zero temperatures. This demonstrates that Tesla is proactively addressing environmental challenges rather than relying solely on favorable or forgiving markets. Why hasn't the Tesla Semi fully convinced truck drivers yet? A veteran driver shared, "I've hauled lumber, steel, and fuel across the U.S. When I started, trucks had 2 gear sticks. By the time I retired, automatic transmissions were the standard." This story isn't just nostalgia. It's a reminder that the trucking industry evolves not only through technology, but through the lived experience of drivers. With the Tesla Semi, the core issue isn't just motor power or battery size. It's whether this truck can truly support the lifestyle and work routines of drivers who spend thousands of miles on the road each month. Tesla has made a serious effort to design a modern cab, well insulated with optimized climate control, a large digital display, and generous interior space. However, some drivers have raised concerns about the centrally positioned driver's seat saying it makes it harder to enter and exit the cabin or communicate easily at rest stops. This highlights a crucial point. No matter how well-intentioned Tesla's disruptive design may be, it still needs to incorporate feedback from the very people who live behind the wheel every day. The bigger issue is the overall working environment. Many drivers have left the profession not because the trucks were outdated, but because of harsh working conditions. Lack of proper rest areas, limited access to clean restrooms, and constant pressure to drive without sufficient breaks. The Tesla Semi may be able to recharge in 30 to 45 minutes thanks to its megacharger system. But if those charging locations don't offer rest facilities, food options, or nighttime safety, it's still not enough. Tesla has begun to address this by pairing megacharger installations with more comfortable rest stops. It's a positive step, but one that needs to be scaled significantly. A truck driver doesn't just need cutting-edge technology. They need to feel respected and supported throughout their long-haul journeys. If Tesla can successfully embed these human-centered elements into the Tesla Semi ecosystem, they won't just be building a truck. They'll be building a sustainable working environment for the next generation of drivers. With nearly 8 years of anticipation, Tesla's all-electric Semi is finally being delivered, and its debut is causing waves, especially among legacy manufacturers like Mack Trucks. Mack, a 117-year-old American brand known for its rugged and powerful machines, is represented in this comparison by the Mack Anthem, a symbol of diesel might. Performance is often the first battleground in vehicle comparisons, and in this case, the Tesla Semi storms onto the scene with numbers that challenge conventional wisdom. The Semi can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5 seconds without a trailer, and in 20 seconds, while fully loaded with 82,000 pounds of gross combination weight. That's performance unheard of in the world of heavy-duty freight transport. By contrast, the Mack Anthem, even with its most powerful engine setup, takes over 60 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour under full load. While Mack never intended the Anthem to be a speedster, this vast difference in acceleration highlights the raw power of electric propulsion versus diesel. Tesla's Semi is powered by 3 independent electric motors on the rear axles, with each motor derived from the Tesla Model 3. Dynamometer tests on the Model 3 motors indicate up to 300 horsepower and 550 pound-feet of torque per motor. Combined, the Semi could produce nearly 900 horsepower and around 1,600 pound-feet of torque, even when accounting for system losses. Mack Anthem counters with several diesel engine configurations, including the MP7 and MP8, with the most powerful offering producing up to 505 horsepower and 1,860 pound-feet of torque. While the torque figure is slightly higher, Tesla's instantaneous electric torque gives it a significant advantage in real-world performance, especially during hill climbs and stop-start hauling. Visually and functionally, these two trucks are worlds apart. Tesla's futuristic design is built around aerodynamics and energy efficiency, featuring a sleek, minimalistic nose and smooth bodywork. Its drag coefficient is just 0.36, which is better than many sports cars and far superior to traditional trucks. Mack Anthem's design, while improved with newer aerodynamic elements like chassis fairings and redesigned bumpers, still has a drag coefficient between 0.65 and 0.70. Tesla's aerodynamic efficiency doesn't just improve speed, it dramatically reduces energy consumption, extending range, and lowering operating costs. Tesla takes a disruptive approach with the Semi's cabin. The driver's seat is centrally positioned, giving superior visibility. It features dual 15-inch touchscreens flanking the steering wheel, with one screen showing traditional Tesla interface functions, music, climate, navigation, while the other is focused on trucking-specific features, tire pressure, trailer control, etc. Behind the driver, 2 foldable jump seats are included for additional passengers or assistants. Mack Anthem, on the other hand, offers a more conventional truck cabin. The driver's seat is a premium easy setup with extensive adjustability. The dashboard includes physical controls and a modest 5-inch display between the speedometer and tachometer, called the co-pilot. It displays key data like fuel economy, trip information, and pre-trip inspections, but lacks the smart features and visual clarity of Tesla's large displays. Tesla has not officially released sleeper cab details, but Prototype units indicate there's ample space behind the front seats for a sleeper compartment. Given the Semi's long-range capabilities, a sleeper is not just a luxury, but a necessity, and it's expected to offer modern comforts. Mac Anthem, however, has a proven sleeper system. It comes in various configurations, including 48-inch flat-top and 70-inch stand-up sleepers, featuring full-size inner-spring mattresses, overhead storage, optional under-bunk fridges, LED lighting, and even interior access to exterior lockers. For now, Mac wins in this area through availability and practicality. Tesla's Semi is packed with advanced safety systems borrowing from its passenger EVs. It includes enhanced autopilot, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, collision warnings, and a special traction control system to prevent jackknifing, a major hazard in articulated vehicles. The Semi also features automatic lane centering and emergency stop if the driver becomes unresponsive. Mac Anthem employs Bendix Wingman Fusion, a system combining radar and cameras for collision mitigation and lane departure warning. It also includes Bendix ESP, an electronic stability program that helps avoid rollovers and jackknifing. While advanced, these systems are still more reactive than Tesla's proactive AI-driven platform. On paper, the upfront cost of the Tesla Semi might appear high. It's priced at $180,000 for the 300-mile version and $200,000 for the 500-mile version. However, thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act, buyers in the U.S. can claim a $40,000 tax credit, reducing the actual cost to between $110,000 and $140,000. The Mac Anthem starts around $100,000 for day cabs and can exceed $140,000 for sleeper configurations, comparable to Tesla's pricing. Where Tesla truly shines is in operational costs. Diesel trucks consume around 34 gallons of diesel to cover 200 miles, which at $4.99 per gallon amounts to $169.20. The Tesla Semi, consuming around 2 kilowatt-hours per mile, needs 400 kilowatt-hours for the same journey. At an average electricity rate of $0.07 per kilowatt-hour, that totals just $28, only 16.5% of the diesel cost. Over time, this difference adds up to massive savings. When will the Tesla Semi have FSD? Driver fatigue has become a growing concern in the trucking industry, contributing to a rising number of serious accidents. The intense demand placed on truck drivers to cover long distances without sufficient rest leads to mental exhaustion and dangerous outcomes. According to data from Consumer Shield, more than 73,000 truck-related accidents have occurred in the U.S. this year alone, a truly alarming statistic. Since its debut in 2017, the Tesla Semi has been seen as more than just another electric vehicle. It represents a major leap forward for the logistics sector. Elon Musk has expressed confidence that the Semi won't just reduce operating expenses for companies, but will also enhance safety, especially on tough terrains like steep inclines. Remarkably, the Tesla Semi costs approximately 261 thousandths less per mile compared to a traditional diesel truck. With an energy consumption of 1.7 kilowatt-hours per mile, a 500-mile journey would cost just $213, based on $0.25 per kilowatt-hour. In comparison, a diesel truck would use around 76.92 gallons of fuel, which could cost more than $370 at $4.90 per gallon. This significant difference in fuel cost alone has the potential to revolutionize the trucking industry. Beyond cost savings, several former truck drivers have stated that if the Tesla Semi had existed earlier, it might have extended their driving careers. If electric trucks like the Tesla Semi become the industry standard, how do you think this will impact traditional trucking jobs and logistics companies?
That we actually have a shortage of truck drivers in America. That's one of the limiting factors on transport. People are human, so they get tired, and sometimes, I have a lot of respect for truck drivers because it's a tough job. But because it's a tough job, there's not that many people that want to do it.
Instead of stopping at statements like, the fleet has saved over 1 million gallons of diesel, or 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5 seconds, with 800 miles of range without a trailer, let's focus on the real-world benefits that Tesla Semi users experience every day. That's far more important than flashy advertising. So how exactly do the drivers who operate the Tesla Semi fleet benefit from these impressive figures? How is the Tesla Semi delivering real, tangible value to its users? Rather than just listing numbers, let's explore 3 practical perspectives to better understand the true value behind these so-called achievements. Welcome to Tesla Car World. What are the benefits of saving 1 million gallons of diesel? On June 3, 2025, Tesla announced a significant milestone. Its semi-fleet has saved over 1 million gallons of diesel fuel, prevented more than 10,140 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions, and achieved approximately $3.18 million in operational cost savings over 6.6 million miles driven. Let's start with the diesel. A single gallon of diesel burned emits about 10.14 kilograms of carbon dioxide. Multiply that by 1 million, and we're talking over 10,140,000 kilograms, or 10,140 metric tons of carbon dioxide that never made it into the atmosphere. To put that into perspective, the average gas-powered car in the U.S. emits around 4.6 metric tons of carbon dioxide per year. So Tesla Semi's performance is equivalent to taking over 2,200 cars off the road for a full year. Heavy-duty trucks, which make up a small portion of the total vehicles on U.S. roads, are disproportionately responsible for emissions due to their size and fuel usage. That's why electrifying this segment isn't just a nice-to-have. It's a must if we're serious about cutting emissions. Now let's talk about something every fleet owner and logistics manager cares deeply about: money. According to recent industry estimates and data from sources like CleanerWatt, a Tesla Semi saves about $0.48 per mile compared to a standard diesel truck. That includes energy costs and the potential for reduced maintenance since EVs have fewer moving parts. Let's break down the numbers to understand just how cost-effective the Tesla Semi truly is, and why it stands out so clearly from traditional diesel trucks. The Tesla Semi consumes approximately 1.7 kilowatt-hours of electricity per mile. At the current U.S. average electricity rate of $0.1345 per kilowatt-hour, this translates to an energy cost of just $0.23 per mile. In contrast, a typical diesel truck averages 6.6 miles per gallon, and with diesel prices around $4.70 per gallon, the fuel cost alone comes to 71 cents per mile. That's a direct savings of 48 cents for every mile driven. When scaled over large fleet operations, say 6.6 million miles, which is not uncommon across multiple vehicles, the total savings amount to a staggering $3.18 million. This isn't just marginal efficiency, it's a structural advantage. The Tesla Semi doesn't merely compete with diesel, it decisively outclasses it in long-term operating costs, making it a game-changer in freight logistics. Keep in mind, this doesn't even include savings from lower maintenance or tax credits, which we'll get into next. Tesla's vision goes far beyond a few test trucks. Back in 2022, Elon Musk confirmed during an earnings call that Tesla was targeting annual production of 50,000 semis by 2024. While production has experienced some delays, recent updates from Tesla's Gigafactory in Nevada show serious investment in scaling up, with over $3.6 billion committed to semi-production and battery cell manufacturing. This isn't just talk, major companies are buying in. PepsiCo, for example, was the first major customer to put the Semi into commercial service. The company is now operating semis out of facilities in Modesto, Sacramento, and Fresno, and recently received $15.4 million in state grants to support the expansion of its electric fleet. PepsiCo's long-term goal is to hit net zero emissions by 2040. With 50 Tesla Semis and 75 electric Ford e-Transit vans already in use or on order, they're well on their way, and saving money while doing it. They estimate that if a fleet deploys 10,000 semis, they could save up to $4 billion in total over the lifetime of the trucks. Even after factoring in the upfront cost difference, $250,000 for a Tesla Semi versus $150,000 for a diesel. The long-term financial upside is hard to ignore, especially when federal tax credits up to $40,000 per truck are included. What we're seeing with the Tesla Semi isn't just a flashy milestone, It's the start of a major transformation in how goods move across the country. Diesel's dominance is being challenged by tech that's cleaner, quieter, and cheaper to operate. And this isn't just about Tesla. The companies like Daimler, Volvo, and Freightliner are in the race too. But for now, the Tesla Semi is setting the pace, proving that electric trucks aren't just viable. They're superior in ways that matter: cost, emissions, and performance. So, whether you're a gearhead, a logistics manager, or just someone excited about the future of cleaner transportation, this is one update worth celebrating. The road ahead is electric, and it's already being paved, 1 kilowatt at a time. What did Elon Musk say about Tesla Semi's $250,000 price rumor? Tesla Semi, is the $250,000 price tag worth it? A closer. Look at long-term value, performance, and the road ahead. When you first hear that the Tesla Semi costs around $250,000, nearly double the price of a conventional diesel semi-truck, your first instinct might be to think, that's a hard pass. But if you're a logistics operator, tech enthusiast, or just someone who's been watching the electric truck revolution unfold, it's worth taking a deeper look. Because what Tesla offers with the Semi isn't just a truck, it's a shift in how the entire freight industry could operate in the near future. Sticker shock? Yes. But let's break it down. There's no denying that the Tesla Semi's upfront cost is steep. A traditional diesel Class 8 truck costs roughly $150,000, while Tesla's electric Semi is estimated at $250,000. That's a $100,000 delta. But this figure alone doesn't tell the whole story. Tesla has never hidden the challenge of making a world-class electric truck affordable. In fact, they addressed it head-on in a comment quoted in a reply on X. Our primary challenge is affordability. Creating an expensive truck is relatively easy. If it is extremely hard to do so for Tesla, despite our much greater economies of scale and better technology, then it is damn near impossible for others. This points to the real hurdle in EV trucking. Advanced battery systems, drive components, and charging infrastructure aren't cheap yet. But the long-term value is where the Tesla Semi starts to shine. When you zoom out beyond the purchase price, the numbers start working in Tesla's favor. Operating a diesel truck can cost upwards of $1.84 per mile, factoring in fuel and maintenance. In comparison, the Tesla Semi is estimated to run at about $1.37 per mile. Let's look at that 48 cents per mile difference. It may not sound like much until you multiply it by real-world distances. The average long-haul truck travels around 100,000 miles per year. That's $48,000 in annual savings per truck. Over a typical lifetime of a truck, let's say 1,000,000 miles, that adds up to $480,000 in savings. That kind of cash can turn fleet managers' heads fast. Fuel is where Tesla wins hands down. A diesel truck consumes about 0.151 gallons per mile, and at $4.70 per gallon, that's 71 cents per mile on fuel alone. The Tesla Semi, on the other hand, uses around 1.7 kilowatt-hour per mile, and with electricity averaging $0.1345 per kilowatt-hour, that comes out to $0.23 per mile. That's less than one-third the cost of diesel fuel per mile. And keep in mind, this doesn't even include reduced maintenance costs. Electric motors have fewer moving parts, no oil changes, and less wear on brakes due to regenerative braking. Now, back to that $250,000 price tag. With current federal EV tax credits offering up to $40,000 per truck, the real cost comes down to $210,000. And, for companies operating in California or New York, state-level grants can bring the effective cost even lower. Take PepsiCo, for example. The Sacramento Metropolitan Air Quality Management District helped the company acquire 18 semis with $4.5 million in grants. That works out to $250,000 per truck, nearly the full sticker price covered through subsidies. These incentives won't last forever, but they're critical right now in helping businesses transition. Tesla isn't just winning on cost, it's proving it can deliver performance too. The Semi can travel up to 500 miles on a single charge, a distance that covers the majority of U.S. freight routes. With Tesla's megacharger network, it can recharge 70% of its range in 30 minutes. PepsiCo reports that their Semis average 400 miles per day, and they've installed multiple 750-kilowatt megachargers to keep the fleet rolling. That's proof the infrastructure is real and usable. The Tesla Semi isn't cheap, but when you look past the initial price and examine the numbers, the savings per mile, the incentives, the maintenance reduction, and the environmental upside, it becomes clear this truck isn't just expensive for the sake of it. It's a high-tech, high-efficiency investment designed for the long haul. As battery production scales in the U.S. and Tesla deepens its domestic supply chain, building cathodes, refining lithium, and producing its own battery cells, the company's costs are expected to drop. And when that happens, the price of the Tesla Semi could fall too, making it even more accessible. For now, it's a premium solution for forward-thinking fleets. But give it a few years, and it might just become the industry standard. How can an 82,000-pound truck possibly go 800 miles? The most recent wave of user-posted videos and data reveals stunning capabilities: a 0 to 60 miles per hour acceleration in just 5 seconds without a trailer, and an unladen driving range approaching 800 miles on a single charge. These figures place the Semi not just ahead of diesel rivals, but far ahead of what was once thought feasible in electric Class 8 trucking. Acceleration isn't typically a bragging point for a freight hauler, but with its tri-motor electric drive system, the Tesla Semi delivers unexpected thrills. A video posted by Tesla owner Silicon Valley on April 30, 2025, shows the Semi launching forward from a stop, all-electric whine in full effect, hitting highway speed in just 5 seconds without a trailer. Why does this matter? Because this isn't just a truck that saves fuel. It's one that's outrunning assumptions about how electric trucks can behave. What surprised analysts even more than acceleration was the claimed 800-mile range without a trailer, which far exceeds Tesla's original estimate. Back in 2017, Elon Musk pitched a best-case figure of 620 miles, 997 kilometers, for the long-range version of the Semi. Fast forward to 2025, and user reports and internal test data suggest that Tesla has closed the gap. And then some. Tesla hasn't officially confirmed the 800-mile benchmark in public materials, but multiple reliable indicators support the claim. During run-on-less trials organized by the North American Council for Freight Efficiency, several unloaded Tesla Semis drove up to 750 kilometers, approximately 466 miles, before needing a recharge, under highway conditions at moderate temperatures and speeds under 100 km per hour. Meanwhile, internal fleet data from PepsiCo revealed a no-load test reaching 684 miles, approximately 1,100 kilometers, during early 2023 pilot deployments. What changed since 2017? Tesla's energy systems have clearly advanced. Most notably, the latest Semi configurations are rumored to carry a 900 kilowatt-hour battery pack operating at 1,000 volts, with updated 4680 lithium cells and intelligent battery management software. Getting to 800 miles wasn't just about slapping in a bigger battery. Tesla has made smart use of multi-motor coordination. While the Semi houses 3 independent electric motors, under no-load conditions, only one high-efficiency motor is actively used, while the other 2 are idle. This reduces consumption during steady cruising. Add to this the Semi's sleek aerodynamics. Drawing inspiration from bullet trains like the Japanese Shinkansen, the truck achieves a drag coefficient of approximately 0.36 drag coefficient when unloaded, significantly reducing wind resistance compared to loaded conditions. Combined with the lower rolling resistance of an empty frame, the total energy demand drops substantially, and, under optimal conditions, moderate temperatures between 15 to 25 degrees Celsius, steady speeds ranging from 40 to 55 miles per hour, and flat, consistent terrain, the Tesla Semi reaches a remarkable level of energy efficiency. In such ideal scenarios, its energy consumption can drop as low as 1.1 to 1.2 kilowatt-hour per mile, significantly better than its average. Given its battery capacity of 900 kilowatt-hour, that efficiency translates to real numbers. At 1.2 kilowatt-hour per mile, the truck could travel approximately 750 miles on a single charge. If consumption falls to 1.1 kilowatt-hour per mile, the range stretches to about 818 miles. This makes Tesla's claim of an 800-mile range entirely plausible, not a marketing exaggeration, but a technically achievable figure in controlled environments. While this level of performance may not reflect daily mixed-route logistics, it demonstrates the Semi's exceptional potential when conditions align, reinforcing its position as a benchmark in electric freight innovation. Beyond range and speed, the Tesla Semi's battery placement directly beneath the cab contributes to a low center of gravity, improving cornering stability and handling, two major safety and efficiency concerns in long-haul driving. Energy efficiency also scales with this configuration. At under 2 kilowatt-hours per mile energy usage, the truck remains roughly twice as efficient per mile as a diesel Class 8 truck, especially when factoring in cost per kilowatt-hour versus cost per gallon of diesel. For fleets looking for raw capability without emissions and with fewer moving parts to maintain, Tesla's Semi could soon become the default, not the exception. What's special about the Tesla Semi's 2025 mass production? Tesla has officially unveiled one of the most anticipated updates to its all-electric Semi, a sleeper cab configuration. This new feature addresses a long-standing gap in Tesla's electric truck offering and marks a critical step in making the Semi a true competitor in long-haul freight. How can an 82,000-pound truck realistically reach 800 miles without recharging, even under perfect conditions? And if the 800-mile range is only achievable without a trailer, does it really reflect real-world fleet use? Please share your opinion in the comment section below this video. Thanks for watching our video. If you want to explore more exciting information about Tesla EV or Tesla Bot, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video. Also, make sure to subscribe to Tesla Car World and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest videos. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.